Hey, what's good, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Mm-mm. Where we at? Where we at? If we look quick, right? We spoke last week about obviously we wanted to run this high, so basically continue to run out highs, continue to target buy side. We were hoping that we cleared this low first. Instead, on Sunday we actually just gap. We gap straight up into that buy side. Huge new week opening gap here now, kind of aligned with the 1 hour inversion. You know, we actually have the 830 level there too. So we'll see if, honestly, I still like the idea of going higher. Let me move this. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, like we were saying, we've cleared the short-term low. If we look at NQ quickly too, look at this. NQ is absolutely off to the races. So huge range here in NQ already. SMT at the lows as well, right on that new day opening gap. Right, we clear that low at the wick. Fail to clear the low here in NQ. So I like the idea of still reaching for highs, honestly. Let's go to a 15 quick. 1 hour. Just got to be wary of this 5-minute fair value gap right here. We'll see what this news drop brings. Dollar's also been pumping though, so we'll kind of have to play that by ear. It's just cleared out a, let's see, not yet actually. So it's reaching for buy side liquidity from Thursday. So if we can clear that, reverse in DXY, that'd be nice for the indices to continue to pump up. Because yeah, NQ's almost ran out the high that we created on basically last night, where ES is quite far away from that. So we'll see if we want to catch up, right? 6 sister approach it, catch up to NQ, kind of run out all these relative equal highs around this midnight level. I mean, that 830 open is right on the new week opening gap high. Hey, let's see what we got. Honestly, this has my interest here already. This volume imbalance. Right, we create the bearish volume imbalance without ever returning to this candle's close. We then invert that with the same exact volume imbalance. And it's even on the left too. So a lot of overlap in volume imbalances here. We'll see if that can do anything. Of course, of course we have the news event, so we're going to want to wait and see what that does. And then we will see. So quick run on that liquidity first, right? That's not too surprising. Clearing out the liquidity, returning into this inefficiency here, kind of the original bullish framework. So I want to see how we close. We can still close within this range. Holding the 1 hour consequent encroachment, right? That's what this candle's on right now. So I mean, if we can hold that, kind of close back above the volume imbalance, it's already going to be a large range. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, we'll just wait here. Need more price action. Got to be aware because now we may start using this as resistance, but if we can get above that, that'll be a pretty good sign that we're going to want to continue with the bullish delivery. Right, this is just that Judas swing at 10 o'clock. Kind of like we had here at 9:30. Quick run of a low. Same idea, running out some lows into that inefficiency. We've hit consequent encroachment now. Might go in early here, honestly. Let's see if we can get above that volume imbalance. Stop underneath. Something like that. For me, though, I'd like to see us get a close above that volume imbalance. So we close on the high of it, open with another bullish volume imbalance. Gonna have to wait for that because we never technically close above. Right, if this can stay open, closing us above, then we'll go in. But as of now, we could still kind of just play around in here. Oh, geez. Dollar absolutely off to the races. So that makes me think we may actually want to go lower here. Look at this. NQ holding its range. Cool. But if we look at the dollar, right, with that news event. Oh, wait, go back to ES. Put the dollar here. Absolute huge runaway. So that makes me think we do want to go short. Let's see if we leave a fair value gap in here. Because we've actually closed now underneath. We need to get this. Hold up. Let's see. We've closed under this, right? So that'll be an inversion that we could potentially use. I want to see if there's an actual fair value gap that gets formed. We often speak of if we're going to create a wick like this, reject, and then close below that wick, you almost can use that in itself as a gap. Right? So if we leave that there, notice the candle bodies. Now if we leave a fair value gap there as well, I will like that potentially to get short. Especially with the dollar just rallying aggressively like that. 1, 2, 3 drives. Fair value gap. Kind of want to try that out here. Want to try to use this fair value gap. To get us through, let me see. To close really in the entire new opening gap here at the low. Would be like the first target. Oh, we just cleared that low already though. Okay. We'll hold this and see. Right, if we come back up through this, that'll be a pretty good sign that we're kind of in choppy conditions, but we're going to give it an effort as well. I already got short on this inversion right away with 1. So if we get to the low of this new week opening gap, right, I got short 43.09, 44, or 43.04 would kind of be the target. We'll just look at that actually. So I got short as soon as we created that inversion, really. Right, we close underneath it. I go short on there. Stop was above, consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, which I don't know what we're gonna sell here. And then I wanted to target the low of it. We fall just short, but we'll see if we can't get another stab. Just for 5 handles, really. And as I said, stop underneath, right? Fair value gap here, consequent encroachment. And then also, as we mentioned, the wick. That should hold us as well. Same consequent encroachment. So stops right above that. Because dollar is still just gone. Hasn't even attempted to slow down. All right, check that out. So NQ is starting to retrace a little bit, which is good for us. But I mean, here, this is... indices should be selling off, to be honest. With how aggressive this move was. If we're going to move in tandem, that's not really what we want to see. So what did we reach? Yeah, what? Jeez. Go on there. Here, ugly, but... see. We'll see what we get. So far, pretty brutal opening. I want to get here. We're turning into the inversion, see if we can hold that. So it's a 2 minute. 2 minute, that's pretty ugly. No closure under the low. 2 minute inversion here. I might add another one, honestly, inside this fair value gap here. We'll wait, actually. If we can confirm that. Gonna move this for now. I want to see what we do here on these lower time frames now. Yeah, I've had that problem only once though, was when I well, I guess it depends. I was trying to trade ES1 when the new contracts rolled over and it didn't let me. But ever since then it's still fine, right? I'm on ES1 now and it's kind of working. So I don't know actually. If you're saying just ES in general won't work for you, I'm not sure why that's happening. If we overtake this fair value gap, I'm gonna add right there again. So basically using like that idea of looking at the last premium, trying to invert that, and then using it as an entry point. We'll see. Or we may get stopped. Who knows? Because dollar is still just pumping. The fact that we haven't sold off like this right now is already concerning. Right? I mean, since news, dollar has not stopped one direction. Whereas here in ES, we're still consolidating in the new week opening gap. Just not a good sign. Can't even trade ES. Oh, that is weird then. What the hell? You didn't breach it in some way, did you? And maybe they like canceled you out, violated the account. It was consequent encroachment. Damn. Yeah, that sucks. I might have to reach out to them then, honestly. I'm not sure why that's happening. There's that consequent encroachment hold, as we said, really wouldn't want to see any higher than that. But now we're holding. Not a fan. Oof, look at that. We're holding that 15-second. I don't like that. Okay, there's a stop. Right there. Okay, interesting. We'll see what we do here, because I want to... Dollar still going. Right, huge range here. And Q kind of back in the same spot as well. I almost want to use that to go long. Move this though. Don't want to. First day of the week, no need to be pushing too much. I think though, if we do close above this fair value gap, I'll give it a long opportunity. Right, so shorts get invalidated. Obviously, we were pushing for something then. As we mentioned, we never come in this 5-minute fair value gap right here. That'd give us 5 handles if we could do that. We'd have to close above though. Because in theory, we could still hold the high of this fair value gap if we close back underneath. Shorts are still pretty good, but as of now, right, OB here. Closing above consequent encroachment. More than often, that's going to now want to act as support. So we'll see if we can hold there, close above fair value gap. Then that'd be the entry. As long as we're still inside, really just got to wait to either close above or close below. Right, once we enter it, we've yet to close above or below it. So I'm waiting for that. It's kind of a signal. Oh, 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 oh. Mm, 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 mm. I'm trying to get to know ya. Yeah, we don't necessarily have to close above that though. But I see what you're saying, right? We've kind of filled in. Consequent encroachment is really all I look for. Closing underneath the fair value gap. So that may be time for us to start looking for that short. I want to see if we close underneath the 5-minute volume balance. Right, we've come into the 5-minute consequent encroachment here. I was hoping we leave a fair value gap there so we can try that again. Stop above right here to target the low now. That's what we'll look at. Okay. 0.25% here. I like that. Dollar still just higher. So we'll look for dollar to continue to pump. I want to see indices start to retrace here. Get the entry first. May have missed it. Right, this should have potentially been the entry. As soon as we leave the 1 minute, we tap it quickly. We have left a fair value gap there now, so I'd like to get a retracement into that. Right, kind of hopefully we don't just run from here. Stopped out by about less than a handle. That's pretty unfortunate. Could have went above the fair value gap. Let's see, 2 minute. Nothing on the 2 minute. We might miss that actually. Let's see if that new day opening gap here can't give us a bounce into the entry. Just going to use the low of the original fair value gap right there. Lovely. Sounds about right. Okay. So missing the entry there. Let's see here. Wanted to see this right here. Previous day high. More than likely we come into that now. If we leave a fair value gap here, we'll try to add there. 2 minute. 5, 1. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we close below that. So we do hold that fair value gap. Stop was just too tight. Right, unfortunate. I want to see if we close below this low here, leaving open that fair value gap. And then I'd kind of like to use the old low. What could we target here then? Let's go 1 here. Go to the 5 quickly. I just want to see what lows, right? I still want this low here. Seems like we'll get that low. And then below that was the inefficiency. 5-minute inefficiencies here. So we'll see if we can't get this here. Basically using the new week opening gap paired with that fair value gap to get us down into this inefficiency right here. That new week opening gap's holding us. I don't know if we want to get into this fair value gap here. Let's see. All right, look at the body right there. Just want a quick stab up into this. Tap us in. Mm. We're not going to get up in there, are we? We're going to use the actual just right there. I mean, I guess I don't have too much thought about it, really. This is obviously sell-side liquidity, so this level here has more importance to me. 4301. I don't necessarily pay too much attention to just big figures, right? I rely more on the actual data points. So liquidity and inefficiencies. So I like this low, right? Because that's obviously the low we wanted to see be cleared anyway. That would be my draw on liquidity. And ideally, though, we can close under that, continue lower now into the inefficiency as well. Goal is still off to the races, so just looking for a quick tap into this where we can get entered. At this point, right, we'd want this to be a breakaway gap as well as this. If anything, that's the measuring gap. One, short of the two. Okay. Yeah, we're still pumping DXY. We in. There we go. Now we chill. See what we get. Some Monday action. Oh. I'll try to stack one here. Let's see. I like the 2-minute hold of that 2-minute fair value gap. That's pretty nice. The 2-minute and the 1-minute are actually the same fair value gap as well. Okay, cool. So yeah, if we can close back under this new week opening gap, we should be right. There's a close under it. Cool. I might actually try to add it. We'll try to add another one here. Same entry. May not get it. Let me go to a 2 real quick. So yeah, if we can tap this again, we'll get short. If not, that's fine. Right? We can kind of run. We're already in one here. Didn't. Hopefully it got fixed. I don't want to put it above this high, to be honest, though. More of a turtle soup entry. We'll do that. I'm thinking if we're going to play around here, right, we never got into consequent encroachment. We can still run this high out. Okay. I might try to use this inversion right here. Small baby inversion, closing underneath it. With this entry, our stop would actually have to be right above this high. I'm fine doing that. We're going to leave, so the original entry here, right, kind of two separate entries, honestly. This one's using the inversion. with the stop above the most recent swing point. This stop's going to stay here though. Because right, if we're wrong, we can still hold this inefficiency. But to me, I think if we're going to want to return into this, reject, get underneath that last premium, creating an inversion that's aligned with the new week opening gap, good chance that holds us. So we'll try to use that, the high of it, which means we'll just use the low of the new week opening gap itself. Cool. I like that. Let's see what dollar's up to. Yep. Dollar is saying, let's just keep going. Just keep on going. Oh, that's no entry. Hmm. That'd be unfortunate. See if we can't get a nice little tap of that. I'd be weak if we ran. I mean, that'd be good for us, but look at that. We should have left it where it was, huh? Hmm. We'll close it there. Close it underneath the sell side, right? That's about 7 handles, so I'm fine with that. I think we come into this inefficiency, but in case we want to keep playing around here. Take what we are given. Should have been tapped in. That's unfortunate with that entry. Because then we could have left that to... That's all right, though. Can't complain about the winning trade. So we'll get tagged out here. Right, too tight of a stop. Understand, though, we're still kind of aiming for this. So as soon as we create a new premium for us, we just go short there. Exit. Honestly, pretty good exit there. We'll see if we want to keep pushing through that wick. But if not, right, that's fine with us because we're already out. So can't believe we missed that one, though. Hit that entry to the tick. What a shame. Let's go back to the 2-minute. Let's see. If we continue to close under lows, right? So notice this 2-minute is a wick of this low, whereas this one was a closure. That's why we trust this fair value gap. So we'll look for the same thing, right? If we close below, leaving premiums, especially because we still have this inefficiency here, we'll look to continue to basically utilize those. But as of now, I'm closing this because we've hit that sell side. Right? We've hit previous day low, last week's low technically as well. Last, Thursday, last Friday. So there's a good chance that we want to reject from here, or even if we don't reject, just kind of consolidate. Nice, look at that, right? So that's exactly what we come to expect. Swing high entry, swing low exit. Missed the stacked position, would have had another swing high entry. Content with enough, though. Content with enough. No inefficiencies. I lied, there's one here. To me, I don't think we want to get into that though, because these wicks right here immediately rebalance. Waiting for closure below this, basically. 5-minute volume imbalance. So if we can close below, yeah, if we can close below Thursday's low, leaving that volume imbalance, I'll try to use that to get into the inefficiency we're looking at here. See, on a 15-minute sense, same idea. Okay. I believe that's the, let's see real quick. That's the 5-minute. We can even go stop above that fair value gap right there. We'll try this out. Just one. I'm keeping it simple. We could probably go 2 here actually, with the tight stop. Yeah, we'll just go 1. We'll keep it simple. So at this point, trying to use the volume imbalances, right? Mitigation block. High, low, obviously a lower high here. So we close below these wicks. Paired with that fair value gap. Stop is basically above, as we said, 5-minute candlestick. If we're going to create a fair value gap there, stop will be above that. Because we're only in with 1, we can actually go. We'll go the 2.5 handle stop, our typical stop. I'd put us at right here. Give us some space to breathe. Swing high entry again. See if we can't run through some lows now into our objective. I like that a lot right there. Accelerate through the low is what we want to see, right? Acceleration with a closure below it. I mean, in theory, what's 5 handles right here? 5 handles would be, okay. So we'll leave it right there. 5 handles aligns with that inefficiency. I like that. Winner here. We're good for the day. All right, we'll content with enough. Good morning. Yeah. Now we're here. Bloop. Beauty. B-U-T. Let's get the swing low exit too. Let's go ahead. Let's wait there. Let's wait and see. Oh, huge run. Aggressive dump. You may want to revisit consequent encroachment of that inefficiency. This entry still, come on now. Like, come on, you can't tap me in up there. What's that about? They don't want us being too great. Looks like we'll catch that wick low as well. Let's wait and see. Purely ego now. Wanting to catch the swing though. If we keep running, that's cool too. New week opening gap here as well. So if we want to kind of bounce from new week opening gap into another new week opening gap, that makes sense. But let's go ahead and wait just 1 more minute so we can confirm the swing low. Oh, thanks, Brisket. Appreciate it. Yeah, not a bad start to the week. Already cleaner price action than all of fucking the past 2 weeks. Hopefully that's a sign for things to come. You and NQ. Oh yeah, bet. Targeting the low. I like that. Low of the morning and NQ probably, I'm guessing. Swing low confirmed. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, come on now. If we were to just look at this without anything. If we would have waited, looking at it like right, of course that's hindsight logic. Looking back now, but here we could have waited for consequent encroachment entry, stop above the high, instead of waiting, trying to use this inversion. But easy to say in hindsight, right? All that matters is we adjust, are able to capture 2 more. So at this point, pretty content with where we're at. Don't really want to push anymore. We'll follow though. So I'll be done with the entries. We'll continue to tape read this and see if we want to respect premiums, continue to push, or if we want to overtake that now. And I'll get entry up there too, brother. Yeah, see, Brisket, that's what I was talking about right there. Good entry. Better entry than me. Right, went in too quick. You use the inefficiency. Pays off. Yeah, we'll see if this holds. Might continue with the bearish momentum basically, because I'm guessing NQ hasn't hit its low yet. Obviously, ES is well below the low. Well below the low, which is quite interesting because NQ was well above the high. Let me see what the dollar's up to. Dollar still said I'm off to space. Space X dollar. Peep the dollar. NQ should clear that low, but dollar is having a blast. Literally. Just gone. Consequent encroachment. That's where the entry would be. At this point, not trying to institutional order flow because we may get deeper retracements. So if I was trying to short, it'd be here. I'm not going to do it, but well, you get the understanding. Huge inefficiency in the dollar. We could retrace into that. Accelerate again. Which means NQ. I'm like, to be honest, if NQ can close back below this fair value gap, we could almost target this low. $30. We might try an extremely precise entry here. So if we close below this fair value gap, leaving open the volume balance, gonna go in to try to use that stop above this high. So extremely tight stop to target this low. 1 to 3, right? Because I don't want to aim for 5 handles. We could, but all reliant on us closing below this. So if not, like if we do that, already seeing that idea is scratched. So yeah, no interest now to try to short. Back to watching. Close the rest. That's fair. Ooh, hold up though, actually. We still hold that. Low key, same idea. Like that. Rely on a closure below the fair value gap though. So now I'd use the swing high as the exit or the stop loss. Right there. And with this, we'll go for another 5 handles. Scooping up those handles. As we say, though. Closing below is the confirmation. 30-second. I like that because then it'll be a short-term high being cleared, breaking through a low YouTube model. If we close below, though. If not, nothing to do. Keep it with 1. Keep it in light this morning. Okay, last entry now for real. Whatever happens here, we're good with. There's entry. We'll see if we can get the dump now. I mean, as long as the dollar continues to rally, I'm just going to trust that we want to go shorter in the indices. Love that. Bearish volume imbalance. Don't want that to close, okay? Because we're bouncing off of now the 5-minute inefficiency again. And as we often say, we fall short of the consequent encroachment here, which makes me think we still have room to the downside, right? So leaving that low just above the consequent encroachment, that's why I'm okay trying to take this last short into that liquidity to reach into the consequent encroachment. If we get stopped, that's fine. Might be a small, minuscule stop out. 2 winners obviously pay for that, so still in the day in profit. But if we can add 1 more little winner, that'll be nice. Quick peek at the 2-minute. 2-minute, we've hit consequent encroachment as well. So, yeah, I'm comfortable with where we are here. Would be a lot more comfortable if this can stay open. 2 seconds, looks like it's not gonna. Okay, unfortunate. That's fine, though. We'll commit to it. And then whatever happens here will be just it for the day. Right, so if we get stopped out, we'll go ahead and kind of walk away. TP walk away as well. And call it a day. But I'd like 1 more stab in the sell side. Don't think twice, it's all right. Don't think twice, it's all right. Sounds good, brisket. Have a good sleep, my dog. I'll see you tomorrow at... Wait. High Impact News tomorrow, 10 a.m. Same time tomorrow, 9:50. Good trade on NQ. It's a banger. And be content, right? As we said, you don't need the targets to be met to be profitable. Of course, it's a nice little ego boost, but right, profits are profits, baby. So like for me here, I want to have a rather tight stop. So if we can close below this, right, I'm looking at this 30-second fair value gap. That's what's holding us right now. Candles have opened below it, but we've yet to close below it, right? We open lower here, close above. We open lower here, close on the low. So no closure underneath. Want a closure underneath to then move my stop. If we don't get it, we don't get it. That's not good. Retaking the 30-second. We got to get back underneath that because now we may want to use that. Matter of fact, closure underneath these lows. Yeah, look at that. I might close this. Your guys know me. Quick to preserve capital. Okay, if this closes in, I'll close it. Right, this is the third volume bounce we've tried to get underneath. Right, first was here. We get back above. Again, closing on the low. So if this volume bounce cannot close underneath the 30-second, I'll just close this and walk away and be content with the 2 winners we had. What's the 1 minute looking like? Yeah, I don't like that. It's up to you, volume imbalance. What do you want to do? What do we do? Do we close below that? No. Okay. I'm out. Don't really care if we run into this, to be honest. All right, I'm content with what we got. Oh, that's a 1 minute volume imbalance. Hold up. Yeah. All right, we're hitting that consolidation. We're going back and forth through this. That's what I really don't like to see right here. But look how many candles have gone up and down right through this volume imbalance without really respecting it. Down, back up, down again. We'll use micros. Yeah, that makes sense. Played myself, huh? That's fine. We'll watch it. As we say, if you run into that, that's fine. Just 5 handle move. It was waiting for me to close. Like to see this low get cleared though. NQ actually just ran out its low, so we may hit some SMT. We'll see. We'll see. Dollar's finally starting to retrace a little bit. So we may be hitting the end of our morning range. Yeah, right. High resistance here. Not a fan of that. We'll paper trade one. Let's go back to the paper account. Scratch the itch with the paper trade. No need to risk real capital. Change window. So just went short on that fair value gap here. Stop above these equal highs. To target, we'll go just a nice 5 handle run. Puts us near the new week opening gap. Add one more volume imbalance entry. Right on the little volume imbalance right here. We run out this low, stop gets put right above this high here. Can't partial. Just because it's such a small. Oh, excuse me. Jeez. Big yawn. Right, no need to really partial with this low. It's just 2 handles from the entry. Worthless. So we'll use the stop to cut risk instead. Fell short again though. As we said, dollar is starting to retrace, and NQ has already ran out the low. So we may get something to where we kind of leave this low intact. Jeez. Tight stop. Volume imbalance entry again. Just testing it. Oh, I didn't mean that was a fat finger click. Oh well. Was waiting for this. It's alright. Now we're there. At this point, stop is right above, right, the volume imbalance here. Heading into 11. So my time window is done. We'll see if 10:50 to 11:10 doesn't give us something though. Classic high resistance here. Oh. All right, moving to stop. I'm trying to get out of this. We either get stopped or we run. Right to here. Baby trade. volume bounce again. Another volume bounce entry. We're just going to keep adding the volume bounce entry till we get proven otherwise. Boom. Again. No, we're getting crazy. Did you see how aggressive that was? Break even. Stopped out. All right, cool. I'm content with that. So that worked out. All right. The idea of running to that sell side one last time plays out. Of course, paper entry, so it doesn't really matter, but nice to see, right? If you just trust, like if we have the objective here and order flow truly is bearish, you can trust that these premiums will hold us, even if it's ugly, right? Which is why I just continue to really stack there. Volume imbalance, fair value gap, volume imbalance, another volume imbalance entry, and then we exit on the swing low. We'll look at the actual entries, however, right? That was more for fun. This one, cool. So as far as actual trades taken today, right? First, try to go short using this inversion here. Right, we held it a few times, huge wick. We then closed underneath, tried to go in right away, using the wick as resistance. We did get a nice release, but then we end up retracing on itself, still holding this fair value gap. So just unfortunate there. Right, deeper retracement than I like to see. We end up getting stopped really at the high. So we get stopped out on the swing high. From there, we then low liquidity or low resistance run right through this low. Once we do that, however, we're okay to continue to look for bearish delivery because our objective was this sell side and then right this 5-minute inefficiency. So we get a second entry here in this fair value gap. And why am I also trusting this? If you guys didn't notice at the time, right, this is that negated volume imbalance we speak of, to where we open with the bullish and completely one side delivery lower, no wick higher, leaving a fair value gap as we leave the new week opening gap. Very strong bearish signature. I trust that holds us. We enter on the swing high, right? We then close that first entry on the swing low here as we clear out Thursday's low. Understand we still have unfinished business here at this 5-minute inefficiency. So now we use the volume imbalance paired with, right, the 5-minute volume imbalance to catch the other swing high entry here, swing low entry or swing low exit into the 5-minute inefficiency. Try to add right inside of this volume imbalance again. But as we saw, kind of just spending too much time in here, so I'll just manually close it. We end up running out that sell side, so it would have been nice, but I'm fine missing that. I'm right content with enough. I mean, even now, still pretty ugly. So yeah, we'll leave you guys with that today. Overall, good delivery. Nice day. Hopefully we continue to print clean like this throughout the week. We'll see. Going forward though, we've completely now gotten underneath this new week opening gap. So to me, that's pretty bearish. We have to see how this 1 hour wants to hold us. Or this is a 15. Let me fix it to the 1 hour itself. So right, this is the 1 hour. Higher time frame. I like higher time frames. move this. So I really want to see what we do with this 1 hour fair value gap. If we get under this, that means we're getting under another new week opening gap. And if that was to happen, I actually would kind of look for lows to start being targeted, right? Because we've cleared another all-time high. We're retracing. So I'd just look for some sell side to be targeted. But in the meantime, we'll kind of let price play around the rest of the day and come back tomorrow. Let's see if we can get that consequent encroachment though. Still held that though, notice that, right? So still holding premiums really since here, the original 10 o'clock news, all the premiums have held, right? Premium holds here, premium holds here, premium holds here, premium holds here. And now this is holding us. Yeah, that'll be it for today. We will come back tomorrow at 9:50, about 9:55 Eastern, kind of the same time today. High impact news at 10 o'clock, so we'll get there just before that and see what we can get tomorrow as well. Until then, have a good rest of your day, everybody, and we will talk tomorrow morning. Take care.